Prukop to the corner for carries and intercepted! Colorado got it! Witherspoon! With the biggest play in Colorado football for years!
Well, for the first time since joining the Pac-12, the Buffaloes are above 500 in conference play as they open up this season 1-0 as they knock off the Oregon Ducks here in Eugene, Oregon, 41-38. Hard-fought victory. Coach Gary Barnett, Mark Johnson. What do you say about that one?
Well, there's not much to say, Mark, except it was just one heck of a football game, and you know, I got a feeling they're all going to be like this year, and you know, it was a courageous effort by both sides of the ball. It wasn't pretty. There were things about it that were pretty. Some unbelievable catches, you know, that we got a chance to get reviewed, and we lost one and won two. Unbelievable catches, and then I think we witnessed a legendary performance by a young quarterback who a week ago made a mess in his diapers, and now a week later, you know, he's the guy. So it was a great experience being a part of it.
Gary's talking about Steven Montez. That's not hyperbole when he says legendary. For the first time ever, a Colorado quarterback went over 300 yards passing, over 100 yards rushing. He had 3 touchdowns, set records for total offense, for rushing in a debut by a Colorado quarterback. Montez was outstanding.
And gutty. I mean, he was beat up. Twice in the broadcast, I told you he's hurt, and he could barely get himself up. The doctors were taping him back together, and he would not come out of the game. And you know, he wasn't taking a chance on his health, and they weren't going to let him do that. But he had the resolve to go in and lead this football team. And you know, I give credit to the coaches. I give credit to Brian Lindgren, Mike McIntyre, to getting him ready. All the coaches, offensively and defensively, for getting him ready to play this football game at the level he played it.
I have a tendency to say that the defense wasn't great today. They gave up about 500 yards of offense. It was against Oregon, which is a very powerful offensive team, but that unit made plays when it needed to.
It did, and they got tired. That's 2 up-tempo offenses that were out there, and our defense, we didn't take a lot of guys out. I mean, we played most of those big guys the whole game, and Jim Leavitt told them that. He says, we're not going to be able to take you out of this game, and so they sort of put it in their minds, and that's the way they played. So it was a courageous performance by everybody. We had 2 kickers step in and take the place of Diego Gonzalez that couldn't play, and they did it. They really did well. Chris missed 1 extra point because he kicked it a little low, Chris Graham, but you know, everybody did their job.
Davis Price, true freshman, he was kicking the ball off for the Buffaloes. Did a nice job there. Put this in perspective now, and I think Stan Brock, the Buff great who was on the sideline for it, put it in great perspective when he said, "There's great value in this," because Oregon didn't give the game away. In fact, the Buffs were up, fell behind, and then they had to go back and take this victory. There's value from a learning perspective in that.
Well, absolutely. You put it in the tank. You have it there. You know it's been done. And the next time you're in this situation, you don't doubt yourself. You know that it can happen. And it might happen on the last play, as this one did. But you know it's there. You know this team fight. And what happens is you come to really depend and trust each other after a game like this.
Yeah. Buffaloes, again, almost 600 yards of offense in this ball game. Pretty impressive. Now, as we said to many of the kids on the air afterward, this is one step. Now there's more work to be done, correct?
Well, I can't imagine this team thinking it has arrived. I mean, if you have to go down to the last play of the game and make a play, and you make some mistakes along the way and finally make a play, I don't think it's an arrival kind of thing for them. I think this is a journey, and they're on it, and they're waiting for the next one.
Buffaloes get an awful nice win, though. They're 3-1 of the season after a close call last week against Michigan, against the top 5 team. They come back and are able to finish off the ball game here today. Now you got Oregon State coming up next week, and then you and I were talking to the broadcast. This team's got to go out. There are games that Colorado should win. You want to try and sneak one out, but I mean, this is going to be an interesting, I think, adventure through the last.
Well, it is, and I got to wear the same clothes now. You know, now we've started another winning streak. So you know, but no, I mean, this is every game in this league. That's a much improved team in Corvallis, and you heard Stan Brock told us about how much better they're getting. So they've got to go out and play their fannies off because it's a Pac-12 team that they're going to play.
Get yourself some tickets. The Buffaloes have got the Beavers coming to town next week. That's an early game at 12:30 Mountain Time kickoff. Gary and I and Tyler Columbus are going to hit the air at 10:30 in the Colorado Football Network with the Buffalo Stampede. And the Buffs and the Beavers next week. We'll see if they go to 2-0. Boy, it's never happened in Pac-12 conference play. We'll talk to you next time here in the Stampede.